This is part one of a off-grid cabin build series. It's almost entirely photos for this first little bit to get oriented, but I thought I'd put some information together and start a series. I got myself a GoPro, so it'll wind up in a ton of videos as I put this cabin together. So the property was purchased 20 something years ago, and it's pretty fun to get to on all these back gravel roads and all the way down to an old river. And it's zero access otherwise. So from there, it's about a third of a mile hike down the river to get there. No trails, no logging, nothing, not even an ATV trail to the property. It's sandwiched in between state and federal land, and it itself is in this bottom left corner where there's uplands, wetlands. It's really an oxbow. That's the build site. So for forever, we just kind of camped the area and had fun exploring it and the animals and creatures that were there. There's 1,000 feet of riverfront, and we as a family always planned on getting an off-grid or some sort of cabin there. It had been surveyed, approved for septic, things of that nature, but the building cost of getting a road there was just exorbitant. This is the actual build site with my dog there. It's a little meadow and uplands in this oxbow. It had been clear cut previously, so it was pretty easy to clear and get things started. So I decided to just float everything down the river, about 1,600 pounds of cement and cinder blocks and things in a raft. Got some help and 100 or so trips to the river with a real wheelbarrow to get gravel and fill in these big 2-foot deep backfilled gravel pits so that I could lay 2x2 cement pads on them, use the cinder blocks to make piers, in which I eventually reinforced with concrete and gravel mixtures, and just leveled these things out. Ultimately, the structure footprint is going to be 14 feet wide by 16 feet long. 2 of those feet, which will be a little deck and an overhang of the loft area. This is the final plans. So that took 9 piers, and it's going to take 3 beams where we laminated 2x6x16s, 3 each together. And this just took iterations and iterations of floating things down the river, getting supplies in, carrying them from the beach to the build site. The actual manual labor that went into digging the holes, filling gravel, and leveling the blocks wasn't all that bad. It's just the process of getting things down the river. Like I said, it's zero access, so everything's being floated in, loaded on the river, floated in, hiked back in. Here's the pressure-treated beams we used, and the site was left like that for a year. So that's all we got done the first summer. We got excited and considered the foundation done. So in part 2, we'll come in and build the deck. Again, make sure to subscribe because I'm gonna get my GoPro out, take a lot of videos, and make sure that I document this build series off grid. So any questions, let me know. I'll keep these videos rolling out.